What's up, my people? I be Douglas here. Welcome to another beautiful weekend, another beautiful Saturday. Apologies for not being available last week, Saturday. Needed to take a break, yeah, to just process some things. But I'm back now, so no fear. All right, so in today's video, I recently um, did a birthday poster design for a very prominent five-time award-winning brand designer by the name Ajala Victor. Many of us in the design industry are well fond of him. And his birthday last week, and I think last weekend. Last weekend, I decided to celebrate him with this poster design, and a very quite interesting one. So it's actually quite different from the way I would normally do a birthday poster, and it's for a good reason. All right, so before we get into that, first and foremost, I would like to welcome our new people here on the channel. You are highly welcome. Do well to hit the subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell so you'll be among the first people to be updated when a new video drops in the future. And feel free to check out the previous videos that I've done before in my poster design breakdown series. The link is in the description below. All right, so without further ado, let's just get straight to it. So basically, what inspired me to do this style of design? By the way, this is a bento grid design, right? For many of us here, or for some of us here who are brand designers, who will understand what bento grids are. This is like a presentation technique, most especially used by um, product designers and brand designers. So I'm guessing you might have seen this kind of, you've seen lots of brand presentations or product design presentations where you see, the logos, mock-ups, and all that presented in different screens, right, on this. So this is what we call bento grids. And because I was doing this for a very prominent brand designer, I said, oh, why not? Let's use the bento grid technique for this. And that would actually like pass the message that, oh, this is a birthday poster for a brand designer. That was quite interesting. I actually got this inspiration from a poster I saw on Instagram. I believe it was from TM Con's page. Yeah, so this poster, yeah, this is the inspiration. Got the inspiration from this. By the way, do well to follow Ajala Victor on Instagram. Follow him to get inspired for logo design and brand presentations. Um, Fun fact, he's actually my teacher, my coach in brand design. So please do well to follow my boss. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to be turning off this artboard here. And we're going to be focusing on artboard one. Let's just turn off everything. We'll just start from the scratch. All right. So the first thing I did is my blank canvas. First thing I did was to add like a pattern to this. I applied an effect to this. So if I just remove this, I converted it to black and white. Let me not say I always convert, but most times I convert my patterns to black and white before I blend on the background. Increase the opacity. So this is the original color of this background, and then converted it to black and white, and then I applied my hard light and reduced the opacity to 12%. So that was what I did. And then I started creating the bento grids shapes. Yeah, started creating it, and mind you, the way I'm going to be showing this in the layer, it's not how I started. Some things are not chronologically arranged, so I might just be doing some. Just bear with me and just follow me as we proceed. So created this and then I inserted an image here. So the image here in this is the National Art Theatre in Lagos, Nigeria. Reason why I used this image is because of the nickname we call my boss Ajala Victor. As we all know, he's also known as the Minister of Clean Designs, right? So I was thinking in my head, okay, what image can I use in this particular grid or in this particular shape to pass the Minister of Clean Designs? I do know that, yes, our ministers are in Abuja, which is the capital of Nigeria, no doubt about it. But I didn't want to do the expected. I was like, oh, what the heck? Let's use the National Art Theatre. So it's a very prominent landmark in Nigeria, and it's like, let's use that to depict the Minister of Clean Design. So that's why I did that. So I just Googled this stuff, converted it to. I actually got it in black and white though. If I just remove this from here and remove this filter gallery, added a filter gallery effect to this. I'm going to show you guys what I did. This is the image I downloaded from Google, and I added this linear burn effect and added a filter gallery effect. So if you want to go to filter gallery, right, let's just remove this. Just come here, you go to your filter gallery and you can select anything, right? You can select anything. So what I selected here was this cutout effect. You could select anything here, so like don't limit yourself to any effect here. Whatever effect you want, you are free to do it. So do this poster edges, do this. So you could just play around with these effects, play around, toggle this and all that, and whatever it is you want. Yeah, so do not just limit yourself to what I did. So yeah, I did that, and this was the effect I used. Kind of like, I think that's sketchy like effect. I was just playing around, and I click maxed that. Use my alternate and click max that. Turn on my keywords here. So I click max that, and then this image, I had to power clip this image, Ajala Victor's image, into this, right? Sorry, power clip, clip mask. Thank you. Clip mask, no power clip. So I had to click mask this, and how I did it was just simple. Just did it here like this. Just used my alternate and I just click mask. So yeah, converted to image to black and white though. This is how the image is. If I remove it from black and white and bring it back to normal and opacity and fill, put everything back to 100%. Yeah, this is the image. So I just did the needful. Changed it to black and white, use the luminosity blend mode, reduce the fill, reduce the opacity, and then I click maxed it into this particular shape. So we're done with that. And then I added this Minister of Clean Designs font. I used all through the entire project, apart from another script font. The two fonts I used was the Nexa typeface, right, which is a family font that has different font width. So I use the Nexa typeface, and then the script font. I'll reveal that to you guys as we progress. So that's what I used here. I just applied the Minister of Clean Design. Sorry, let's take it up. Okay. Next thing I did, created another grid, and then I also added this newspaper effect to it. So you can just open this guy. This is the newspaper effect. So what I did here was to use the Divine Blend mode. I could just put it on normal, go back. So this is the newspaper effect. I got this newspaper effect from Pinterest. So you could just go on Pinterest, search for newspaper background, that kind of thing. So you'll get it there. So I used the Divide Blend mode, and I reduced my opacity to 47%, and then I now power clipped or clip maxed this image. So this is the image. This is the second image of Boss Angela Victor. So just put it here and then I click max it to this shape. Now, if I didn't just leave it like this, I wanted some parts of this to parts of his body to also be at the top here, so it looks as if it's like a cutout of the shape. So I duplicated the image. Sorry, this is where it is. So I told you that my listing wasn't properly arranged. So I'll just bring it closer so you guys could see what I did here. So I duplicated that image. So what I just did here was I used my layer mask. Let me just disable the layer mask. So you see, this is still the same image that was. This is still the same image. Let's go here. So this is still the same image that is here, right? So I just activated my layer mask. You just come here, click on your layer mask tool, activated my layer mask, and then I used my brush tool to just brush off these areas, and then this was just still remain. So this is what it is here. Just take it out, go back. So yeah, that's how I was able to achieve that. Next thing, I added another shape here. But the reason why I took that shape, this one, that's the reason why I took this layer at the top, right? Was because I needed the shape to be behind the image. So that's why I even took it up. So that's why you see that my layers was not, it's actually properly arranged though. It's just that, yeah, I was going to make sure I would explain that to you guys so you know why I did that. So added this shape. Next thing I did was to add this pattern. I power clipped. I don't know why I'm using the word power clipped. I'm so attached to CorelDRAW. Forgive me, guys. But my CorelDRAW users can relate. All right, so this is converted this to black and white. Let me just use the linear dodge. Let's take this up. Let's increase this. This is the pattern. If I remove my clip mask from this is the background actually. Okay, so I just converted to black and white. Whenever, like I said before, if I want to blend a pattern to a background, I always convert it to black and white and then apply my try different blend modes to see what works. And that was what I did here. Linear dodge 7%, and then I added this. This is like the birthday date, just the date, 24th of May. May is the 5th month of the year, so 24th 05. And I still use the same font, Nexa, but what I did here was to reduce my fill, right? By default, it's like this. We're going to do that, and then I just added like a stroke effect to it. Okay, so normally this is how it would be. So what I did was just right click and you go to your blending options and you go to stroke. So I chose outside and I chose 5. I picked the color here. I'll explain why I used these particular colors at the end. Okay, so you could just see if you're increasing. So I think maybe because that other one is on, so that is why it's showing this. Let me just turn it off completely and let's go to it. So let's go to stroke and just choose this color. Go to outside and increase, so you could see how it's increasing. So depending on what you want to achieve, so the more you increase it, the more the outline. So that's what I did for that, and I just arranged them vertically. I didn't want to do it horizontally, yeah, because I figured it would be way cooler that way. Yeah, so did that, just duplicated it for the same thing for 2-4 and same yellow, just apply that effect there. And then I added another shape again. This time I added a different background. I got this background from a package I got from a very prominent designer. So yeah, I applied a filter effect to it, a ripple filter effect. Let me just go out of it. Naturally, this is how this background is. Go to normal. Um, it was already in black and white, right? It wasn't something I had to convert to black and white. It was already in black and white. So it was already having this, but I wanted it to, I didn't want this background to be a distraction because I was going to add a text on it. So I was thinking, okay, what filter effect would I add? And I said, okay, let me go for the ripple effect. So still in my filter options here, filter gallery, went to my image and I used the ripple effect. I believe it's around here. I think it's in the start. Is it ocean ripple? I think it should be in ocean ripple if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just did this, just played around with it. Yeah, I just played around with that effect and that was what I was able to do there. So let me just add it back. So I added that effect to it and then I used a blend mode. I used the hard light blend mode after I added that so that it could properly blend with the color of the shape. Okay, next thing, this I added my able. So this is like the write-up I added on the text. I generated that with ChatGPT. Sorry, let me apply my effect. Okay, good. So generated this birthday text message. Just rotated it, changed the rotation, rotated it to I think 90 degrees clockwise, I believe. So that was what I did for that grid. Next thing I did, created another one here. Yeah, so for this, I did something. I trimmed, actually wrote this text. Same font I used was Nexa, but I used like the italics of it. I think that's like Nexa extra bold or something. And then I trimmed this letter on the shape. So the shape, it now goes with it. So wherever I take the shape, you see that it's actually trimmed. Yeah, so if you want to know how to do this, I've done this in my previous videos. Check out my previous birthday poster design videos. I think that one should be displayed on the screen. The particular one I did those trimmings, I think I've done it on 2 videos or so. So check out those videos so you could learn how to do that. I wouldn't want to waste much of our time on this. Okay, so I also power clipped an image. So this was more like a design workspace. I decided to use like a design workspace to signify the celebrant Ajala Victor, right? I couldn't take a screenshot of his workspace. I'm not leaving his house or close to his house. So let me just look for a very good, nice workspace that I could use, you know, just to depict what he does as a brand designer. So I did a lot of things here, Sha, but not much. Converted to black and white, added filter gallery effect to it, and then I used this color blend mode. So let me just show you guys how this image is. I had this image in my gallery for a while. Yeah, so I said let me use it, let me put it to you. So this is actually how the image looks. Yeah, so converted to black and white, did some, just played with my blend mode, and then I added like a sketch effect from my filter gallery. I did a sketch effect from my filter gallery. Check the filter gallery, you see different things, so just play around with it. Yeah, converted it to black and white and just make sure that it properly blended with this. Okay, so then added live long and prosper, happy birthday. Then there is a text that's supposed to be there. Where is this guy? Before I started adding this one, yes, Victor. Good, this one. So this is black signature. Search on Google to get the font black signature. So I did that. So let me just zoom so you guys could see this properly. So good. Happy birthday, Ajala Victor, live longer, prosper, or however you want to say it. Happy birthday, Victor Ajala, live longer, prosper. Happy birthday, Ajala Victor. So I did that. So basically, we're almost done. So I then now just did like an outline, still something similar to this one I did here. This is Victor. I gave it this green color, and then this is Ajala, still the same outline effect or stroke effect as you may call it, and just presented it here just to make it look interesting, right? So I'm done with that. This image was part of what I did here, so I just kept it as a duplicate just in case. Then I added this my color pattern list stuff, so it's like it kind of like my pattern now in my birthday design. So whenever I'm done with my birthday designs, I always try to like put up this particular rectangle showcasing the color palette that was used in that design. So back to the previous thing I said at the beginning of this video, why I chose this color. Basically, these are the brand colors of Ajala Victor's logo. So I picked it up from his logo. So I just had to go to his Behance page. I didn't want to ask him. I just said, no, let me do it myself. Let me look for a way to get this logo. So I went to his Behance page and I just had to take a screenshot. So you could see these colors, these 4 colors here. These were the colors I used the entire design. So if someone sees it, can easily recognize it aside from just his face, right? So I think I've now let the cat out of the bag why I chose this color palette. So yeah, that was it. So I just did that, and then I duplicated this same thing here, just that's what I just did. Yeah, so I did that, and then I added my logo. There is something not right here. I think that pattern is that background pattern is having something is not properly done. Let me just go back. Sorry guys, I need to be sure that there is something that I have not added. Okay, yeah, the design workspace. Sorry guys, so let me just power clip it well. So yeah, power clip mask, you guys know. Don't laugh me for comment section today. All right, so after I added my logo, just converted everything to one image. A general shortcut, Shift Control Alternate E, so it converts everything to one image, and then I converted it to a smart object, and then I went to my camera raw to do the necessary things. Yeah, so this is the finishing touch after I'd applied some camera raw effects. So we're done. And so in creating the second artboard, I just tried to inverse everything. So I said, okay, I've done white. I wanted to do another concept. I said, okay, why not just inverse the colors? Let's do black since I've done white. And so hence this one here was created. Same thing. The only thing I changed was the white, converted it to black. In this area here that was actually yellow, I converted everything that was yellow here to white. This place here that was yellow, I converted it to green. Same thing here, the green parts, that's the green and yellow, I just replaced them, right? So this place that was green, went it to yellow. Same thing here, that was yellow, converted it to green. But this yellow, I didn't convert it to green. I just changed it to white because I was using a dark background, right? So I just use this. Every other thing here is the same concept. So yeah, so that is it for this video. If you found this tutorial very interesting, do well to drop a comment below. Tell me what you loved about this video, and if you would like to see more videos like this, do well to check out the poster breakdown design playlist that will be displayed on your screen, and the link is also in the description below. Don't forget to also subscribe, like this video, share this video, and then hit that post notification bell so you'll be updated on my future videos. All right guys, that's it for today. See you guys next Saturday. Peace.